everybody, it's Allie from Padfoot Palms, Poodles, and Pals, and I am doing this live session today for a few different reasons. It's kind of an impromptu session, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it because I see posts all over the Facebook groups all the time, and people are constantly asking about their adult dogs who are having all these problems with UTIs. And it pains me because my first question to them is always, when was the dog spayed? Because 9 times out of 10, it's a female. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about in a very kind of PG manner so that it would be appropriate for me to link this when people make those comments on Facebook so that I can use it going forward to best explain so that people understand the challenges that come with spaying too soon. And if you're wondering what that sound is, I've got 2 poodle puppies here that are just deciding to just really have an all-out brawl right underneath my desk. So I'm going to do my best to ignore them and just keep going. Okay, so UTIs, female dogs. The very first thing that I always ask people is your dog spayed? That's the very first thing. Before we even talk about diet, before we even talk about how much water they're consuming, before we talk about, do they get regular sanitary clips? The very first question is always, are they spayed? The answer 9 times out of 10 is yes. And when were they spayed? Now, can you hear them running? It's like a stampede in here. Okay. So the reason why I ask this question is because if you have a female dog spayed before her first heat, now I'm talking about a traditional spay. I'm not talking about an ovary sparing spay. That'll be a separate video. A traditional spay, right? You take your dog into the vet, and from like 3 months until 6 months, they're going to be pressuring you to get your dog spayed. Is it time yet? Is it time yet? Are you ready to get them spayed? Right? This is unfortunate because while they push so hard for females to be spayed so early, they don't tell you all of the potential negatives that come with doing it so early. So I've got some pictures here that I drew. I am not an artist, so please be kind. But I was trying to find a way that's very PG that I could explain what happens, because most people have no idea. So this little rosebud here, hopefully that's not backwards. So this is your female's parts at 6 months, right? And just like this rosebud, it's not done growing. We've got no leaves, we've just got a stem and a rosebud. We've got a lot of growing to do before we reach our full potential. So this is your female puppy at 6 months, right? Now, if you don't get her spayed and you allow her to go through 1 heat cycle, now your rosebud turns into a rose. Again, I know that we're mostly adults here, but I have to keep this PG. So now we have full-blown adult parts, okay? We've got our full-blown rose here with my awesome artwork. So now that your female has her adult parts, if you want to get her spayed, that is an option. What happens if you get her spayed before she has her adult parts? She becomes an adult with infant parts. Now, one of the descriptors that I use to really hit this home so people understand, I want you to look at your adult hand, right? See its size. Now I want you to imagine the size of an infant's hand. right? I mean, we get fascinated when their little fingers wrap around our finger when we're holding them, right? Babies are adorable. Everybody loves babies. But they're so tiny because they're not done growing. Now imagine if someone took an infant's hand and put it on an adult body. It wouldn't be able to function properly as an adult hand because it's not an adult hand. Do you see where I'm going with this? So if you don't let that female finish growing, right, which is what that first heat cycle does, then you never reach this point. And what ends up happening is that she's going to be prone to UTIs, and as she gets older, incontinence, or sometimes incontinence right after the spay. Sega! Sorry. Sometimes incontinence starting right after she heals from the spay, which is the other thing that vets don't tell you. So it's so important. It's so important that you do your research about what you need to do, because everyone panics about having a female dog in heat. I see this again in all of the Facebook groups. I have friends that have come to me, oh my God, Allie, how do you have multiple female dogs and they're going into heat? What do you do? Well, I'm a responsible citizen and we're in quarantine right now, so I stay at home. But normally, I would just stay at home. Like, the dogs stay at home. Okay, guess what? You're in your heat cycle. That means you don't go outside, not even in my fenced-in yard, without my supervision, which, side note, I do anyway. It's really not that hard. Now, if you have a male dog in your home who is unaltered, it can be a little more challenging because you need to keep them separated during certain times. You may need to put a diaper on her. They make doggy diapers. They're super cute. They're easy to put on. They don't cause problems for the dog. It's very manageable. So everybody tends to panic about their female going into heat, but it's really not that bad. So I wanted to just make this quick video to just talk about that, because I see all too often people posting and they're just absolutely baffled why their female dogs are constantly having these UTIs, and their vets are no help. Because the only thing you can do when you get to that point and you've got an adult female with infant parts and there's no way to fix it, right? The damage has already been done. The only thing you can do at that point is feed a fresh food diet, switch out all of their treats for vegetables and fruits that are high moisture content, for example, cucumbers, and you will have to start a daily or every other day cleaning routine to try to mitigate all of the UTIs that she's going to be prone to. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, and I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that my drawings and my visuals kind of helped you visualize what it is that's happening, because I feel like this is not a conversation that vets have with anyone before they get their dog spayed. It's just them pressuring you to do it. And there's so much more that you need to know so that you can make an educated decision. I'm not telling you don't get your dog spayed if that's what you want to do, but I'm saying let's take all the information into account and let's be smart about it. Let's do it in such a way that we're setting our dogs up for a healthy life going forward. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And that's going to be it for this video.